If you're looking for the answers, I still don't have them, but what I do have is a particular set of skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people who mislead, misinform, or misrepresent the sports card industry. So if you don't do that, I'll let it go. But if you do, we're going to talk about you. This episode is brought to you by the great people over at GradeSaver Pro. Make sure you visit GradeSaverPro.com for all your card supply needs, including the GradeSaver Pro Card Sleeve, the only sleeve with an attached pull tab and the only sleeve I will use for my cards. And make sure when you check out, use code Investigator. That will give you 25% off your entire order. And thanks again to the great people at GradeSaver Pro for our episode giveaway. After each episode, we will give away some of the great products from GradeSaver Pro. To be eligible, it's simple. Simply like and subscribe to the video, leave a comment, and if you're randomly selected, we will be in touch and tell you the next steps. So, congratulations to last episode's winners, and good luck to you. With that, Ty, hit the music! Welcome to another episode of the Sports Card Investigator Show. My name is Andy. I am the aforementioned Sports Card Investigator. And today I want to talk to you guys about something. It's about a video that popped up on my feed or whatever when you're looking at stuff. And I haven't really seen or heard of this content creator before. And it was just interesting. And I guess the video went viral as far as sports card content goes. And the title was totally clickbait, which I get. There's nothing wrong with that. I watched the video. I sent it to a few people to get their opinion. Didn't give any preconceived notions. Just wanted to see what they had to say. And a lot of people that I sent it to questioned why the video was made in the first place. And I can't say that I disagree on that. But I'm not going to talk about the title of the video or the link, or I'm not going to link it or actually play it and react to it. There's a place for that, but that's not for this video. I don't think it's productive, but I do think it's worthwhile to talk about the content in general and learn from that. And that's what it's all about, right? When I set out to do this channel, if I could just pass on information and get people to maybe give people better understanding or learn, that's what it's all about. Not just in the hobby, but life too. So it's about a kid that goes to a card show with his dad and his brother. He saw some cards that he liked. He asked the dealer for the prices. The dealer told him the prices of the cards that he thought that they were worth. The kid said that he was amenable to trading some of his cards for those cards. The dealer asked to see what the kid had. He did. He looked. They agreed. Bada bing, bada boom. That was it. Well, that wasn't it, but it should have been it, but that wasn't it. So they get back to the show, or they get back from the show. The kid checks the comps, and then he discovers that the cards he bought were not at the price he had hoped, and that was represented by the dealer. So he tells his dad that he was scammed. He wasn't scammed, but he tells his dad he was scammed. Dad gets mad. Understandably, because he believes the kid got taken advantage of, but that's not the case. Not the way I read it. The dad messages the dealer, and the guy knows the dealer. The dealer had made a deal with his other son, who he was happy with, had no issues with him before. But before he messages the dealer to talk, and then after the dealer messages back, he says, "Before I call the dealer to the kid, what do you want me to get, or what do you want out of this deal?" And the kid basically tells the dad to kill the deal. I want everything back. So the dad calls the dealer. Dealer seems like a pretty good guy. They meet, square everything up to the kid's satisfaction, and everyone lives happily ever after. There's a lot of things to unpack here. Bottom line is the kid made a deal that he wasn't happy with, so the dad fixed it, and it's it's funny. I always think of with the shoes on the other foot. What if the kid got home and he checked the comps and he goes like, "Wow, we made out like bandits. Let's call the dealer and give him back some money." I don't see that happening. Never did, never will. It's just the way life is. It's kind of one way that way. But let me tell you guys something you already know. Life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean and nasty place, and it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, nobody hits as hard as life. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. It's about how much you can take and keep moving forward. Well, was that over the top, that speech, that wonderful, inspirational, terrific, tremendous speech from the movie Rocky Balboa? It's my wife's favorite speech of any movie. Anytime she's having a bad day, she just plays that speech, and it gets her through. It's like therapy for a bad day, but it's awesome. But it does ring true with a lot of things. It's like I've always said to you guys, and I mean this, it is way better to learn from other people's mistakes than your own. They don't sting as much, that's for sure. They don't hurt as much, as nearly as much as when we make our own mistakes. But sometimes in life, it's just like in cards, right? Sometimes in life, we make mistakes, whether it's through ignorance or stupidity, or I'm having a bad day, or flawed information, stress, whatever the case may be, we all make mistakes. And if we do, we keep track of them, we identify them, we figure out why that happened, why we made that mistake. And if we don't, we just don't learn, and we are destined to repeat them, which is not a good thing. And that's what got me the most about this video. I thought it was a perfect chance to use a situation as a learning experience, but instead I think it was an opportunity lost. The great philosopher John Cena once said, if you don't learn from your mistakes, then they will become regrets. Who knew? Such brilliance from John Cena. I was thinking about this. If Tyler came to me when he was beginning with cards, comes home from a card show and says, "Hey Dad, I just checked the comps and I bought these cards at a card show, and they're not as good as I thought. Ooh, can you call the dealer and get my money back?" That's a shame, Ty. Too bad, so sad. Learn from it. Don't let it happen again. And you know what? I could pretty much guarantee that wouldn't happen again. I asked my wife, Mrs. Sports Card Investigator, what she thought after she watched the video, and she looked at me and she goes, "So the dad was at the card show?" I said he was. Then she gave me that look, that wife look, that significant other look, and just walked away. And maybe I'm old-fashioned. I'm definitely old, but sometimes the greatest learning experiences are what we gain from making a mistake. Like Rocky said in that speech, you take a hit, you keep moving forward. You don't let it, you make it something that you learn from and you move on. So I figured after all that, maybe I would give you some of the top things that I've learned over the years about when you go to a card show, what to do, what not to do. And it's up to you. And in the comments, let me know what you guys think. If I'm missing, I'm sure I'm going to miss something. But I figure in no particular order, let's go through some of this stuff, especially for now you guys that are seasoned veterans out there. This is not for you. But for you new people out there that now with the shows are coming more and more frequent with, the COVID kind of, we're getting control of it. Maybe, who knows, God willing, more card shows are coming around. Use this information. It's free. It's worth what I'm charging for it. Nothing. But here we go. No particular order. When you go to a show, if possible, go with someone that knows what they're doing. Silly, right? But it'll take the pressure off you. There's no harm in that. Or have maybe someone on speed dial if you have a question. Just take a moment. Don't jump into everything. If I have a question about a baseball card, I'll call one of my buddies who knows baseball. Same with hockey, UFC, whatever it is. I know basketball, but if I'm in the market or I'm interested in something else, I'll take the time and call and ask. And if you're going to the card show, again, new people, walk the floor before you buy anything. I know it's hard with the FOMO, fear of missing out and all that crap, but you can always circle back. Chances are, sometimes, not always, the longer you wait, the better deal you will get, especially if you're going to be there for a couple days. I've done this before. I've had my eye on a card, walked the floor, came around, next day, card's still there, made a deal. Now, you can also lose out on the card if you're waiting. By waiting, every circumstance is different. Now, if you've done your research, you are just focused in on that card, you know the price you want to pay, you're targeting it, you see it, by all means, pull the trigger. But if you're just walking around and seeing what catches your eye, take a breath. It's okay. This goes without saying. Check comps before you buy, and check out, maybe just as important, look at the trend of the card. What am I talking about? Well, if you look at a card and you say it's $100, but the trend of the card is going down. Last week it was $150, then a couple days ago $125, and then $115. Now it's $100. So if you offer $100, is that card on the trajectory going down? So next week $90, $80? No, you may not know, but keep that in mind. Same going up. You may want to pay a little bit more if you see that card's on an upward trajectory. Just make your offer accordingly when you're looking at a trend like that. You don't have to make a deal. I've said this before. It's one of my favorite sayings. You don't have to make a deal. Sometimes the best deals are the ones that you don't make. Trust me, I know that. When Ty was young, we would go to card shows together. We still do, but when he was young, we'd go to card shows. I told him to give me his money. And if he found something that he liked, I'd say, that's cool. No problem. Tell me why you like the card. Tell me your reasoning behind the card. And basically, sometimes I'd play devil's advocate, or sometimes he would talk himself out of the card once he really started to discuss it. Or sometimes it was perfect sense. Go ahead, buy it. Let's move on. Great deal. Have a plan. Have a plan, or you're going to plan to fail. Just don't go in there with your eyes wide open and your wallet open. Just have a plan. Know what you want. And if you feel pressure to make a deal, just use these words. I need to think about it. That's it. Just say, I need to think about it. It'll take the pressure off you, take the pressure off whoever you're talking to. So you get back, you relax, you see what's going on, and then you go. That's all you need. Don't ever feel pressure when you're making a card deal. A card deal. Also, not a card show, but a general advice. I still do it to this day. Find who your local card store is if you have one, and go visit. Just go look around and then start shooting the with the card. The store owner. They love talking. That's all they do on a daily basis. They're the best way to gain information. I love doing that. You would be shocked at the amount of information, the expertise that you could gather from a store owner. And then inexperience and ignorance is not an excuse to make a bad deal. If you want to jump in the ocean with sharks, either become one or expect to be eaten. I know it sounds bad, right? But look, this is the way it is now. You just have to. It's not like it was 2 years ago where any card you buy is going to go up in value. You got to work. You got to work for this. You got to do your research, and you got to plan, or you're going to fail. And I don't want to see anybody fail. That's for sure. So just do your homework and do your research before you jump in the ocean, right? So that's it for today. Make sure you comment. Be eligible for the giveaway. If you like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you don't like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And until next time, take care.